I'm Mary Amy, and this is Signs of Light. Thank you for joining us. It is Thursday afternoon, and I am coming live from New York. It's a little bit later than I usually stream. I usually stream around 2. I haven't had guests this week, and yesterday I had a social event, so today I'm just basically playing catch up. But thank you for joining us, and I'm hoping that you will have a joyous weekend coming up. And on today's show, I have so much to cover today, and we are going to cover subjects like healing ourselves, and we're going to do a little mini meditation, and what are angel ranks, and light language, which is a topic that I've been kind of going back to every couple of streams. And then of course star seeds, and are they considered aliens, and have they communicated with us? Of course I will be doing a visualization, and I'm a little off today, I have to admit. I guess I'm what's called coping, and I have had some new opportunities come my way, and I'm trying to adjust to what exactly is that, and is it a good idea? And I know that we get into our comfort zones, like I actually am right now, I have to say, and we're there's fear, right? There's fear attached with the unknown, and so I guess that I have some fears when I step out of my comfort zone and I'm actually engaging with others on a project. Then I start to say, you know, is this good for me? And I have so much awareness, and dreams come my way, my sleeping dreams, and they give me validation if I should move in a direction, because our dreams are our unconscious sending us messages and guiding us to our ultimate destiny. Okay, I'm gonna have a sip of water. So let me give you a disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. I give suggestions and healing tips to personal serenity and inner peace. My holistic modalities include I'm an intuitive wisdom coach, I'm a Reiki master, and I'm an ordained minister. And let me remind you, bright light shines on us. Every thought is very powerful, and we are all part of a whole, and my pain is your pain, and your pain is mine. Karma is a cycle of cause and effect. Now, the sacred knowledge I impart on you is to connect to a light source, engage with nature, and record your sleeping dreams for the universe to guide you on your ultimate destiny. Now, I see light on the horizon, and that's kind of what's gotten me here, because sometimes we get stuck and we're blocked, and our energy patterns are consistent and they don't change. And so I found some ways for me to kind of trigger a breakthrough. And I have to say that going to a sunrise has done that for me. So I use the expression light on the horizon, which is beyond our sight. There is hope that a difficult situation will improve. Now, it's not always this terrible, dark energy. It could be something that you just feel like it's so monogamous. It's like it's so utterly like stagnant and boring. And so I say, how do you trigger some kind of light coming into your heart? Because we are all born with this beautiful glowing light in our hearts. And I say it's through nature. It's through engaging with nature and spending 5 to 15 minutes a day, just so that we can kind of breathe in life. You know, when we're inside, sometimes it's hard. You know, we see what's around us and it becomes so common and mundane. And when we get out, we step out. And sometimes we need to, you know, have more relationships with humans so that we can trigger this light. But if we can't do that, I say, go watch a sunrise. Light on the horizon means something that will make you think a difficult situation will improve, farther than the possible limit of sight, beyond what is able to foresee or anticipate. So let's activate our unconscious source of light and begin the grand awakening and tap into your DNA for the true version of yourself. So guiding you towards your personal serenity and inner peace is beneficial for your heart, mind, and spirit. Transformation suggestions such as releasing negative emotions blocking you from your destiny. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's anger, maybe it's sadness and pain. So reduce and replace with love and light and compassion. Now I know this is not an overnight achievement, yet sparks of light will awaken your spirit and you will begin your ascension. I send blessings and hope, and so let's begin with a meditation to relax. So from this book right here, this is the Meditation Handbook, and this is by, I can't pronounce the name, Jasis Konsang Jasaso. So if you can see that right there. So the first stage of meditation is to stop distractions and make our mind clearer and more lucid. Let's choose a quiet space to meditate and sit comfortably. We can turn our attention to our breathing, which is most important, and without attempting to control our breath. So there's awareness of the sensation of our breath as it leaves and it enters. We should try to concentrate on to the exclusion of everything else. We should try to concentrate on it. And there's great temptation to follow different thoughts as they arise. So resist this and remain focused on the sensation of breath. So what are the benefits of meditation? The emotional benefits of meditation may include you might be gaining a new perspective on a stressful situation. And we're going to do a little demonstration so we can work on this together. Build a skill to manage your stress, increase self-awareness, focus on the present, reduce negative emotions. These are all good. Increasing imagination and creativity, and increasing patience and tolerance. So I myself began with a meditation group, and I want to say it was around 2003. And it was very beneficial to me because I found a place of quietness in my spirit, and I became able to focus more clearly and have a way of training my mind. Meditation has trained my mind, and I can have very, very strong focus. And as a healer, that's been amazing for me because both of those things, training my mind and focus. As a healer, you have to have complete peacefulness and stillness in your being. And you have to be clear so that no thoughts are penetrating your session with your client. There's 5 simple ways to relax. For a quick relaxation of the whole body, I'm going to ask you to sit or lay down before beginning this exercise so you will be able to relax your body completely. So you're going to gently tense your body, your entire body. So as you're going to sit down, or lay down, you're going to completely tense your body, and then you're going to relax your body, and you're going to withdraw your mind from your body. Now I'm asking you to try to avoid any motion, because then that will bring you back to your mind and away from, and bringing your mind back to your body is what I meant to say. So Let's imagine that our body is jelly-like, without any bones or muscles. I found online a website, and she explained, or andana.org explained a meditation. So we're gonna utilize this. Now you may adopt a prayer, which is entirely up to you. If you want to offer a prayer, if you're not comfortable with the concept of a higher being or God, then ask for guidance from your inner spirit, your inner self. So as you relax, you're going to inhale and tense your whole body, and then you're going to release your breath and relax. So let's do this together. We'll try it together. So let's do an inhale, and we're going to do this 3 to 6 times, and we're going to basically have a count of 12 in our mind as we inhale, and then we're going to release. Okay, so let's do this together. We're going to inhale, and we're going to exhale. Now consciously relax all various parts of your body, starting with your feet and working your way gradually to your head and your brain. And this may help you to visualize space or light filling each area as you relax it. The physical relaxation is the first step necessary for deep meditation. We're going to do this another time together. Now I hope that this has helped you to relax your body. You've had some tension, you've released that. You're focused on your breath. The breath is intimately linked with the mind. By controlling and relaxing the breath, we influence the mind to become calm. Inhale slowly, counting 1 to 12, holding your breath for the same number of counts. Then exhale for the same number. And this is 1 round of regular breathing. So we'll try it again together. You may either lengthen or shorten the number of counts according to what is comfortable, but keep the inhalation and retention and exhalation equal. So concentrating on your awareness. Concentrate at the point between your eyebrows and dismiss all thoughts from your mind. Don't think about the past or worry about the future, but be completely centered in the here and now. Let's be present. As you begin your meditation, you'll find it helpful to take a moment to consciously decide to leave all preoccupations behind. If you find that your mind still wanders, gently bring it back to the point of concentration. Try to deepen your meditation until you become completely absorbed. Meditate with energy and enthusiasm, but stay focused and relaxed. The idea behind mindfulness seems simple. The practice takes patience. I know this is not overnight, but you're starting to train your mind to relax and not become attached to any thoughts, and you're living in the moment. So I hope that was beneficial to you. I'd like us to move on now and for us to cover a little discussion related to angels. So angels inhabit the earth. They travel in a realm that's not visible to the human eye. Although if you become able to connect to a higher consciousness through your third eye, through meditation, you might very possibly be able to see angels. Angels travel from the realms of heaven to earth. As immortal beings made up of light, angels have been present in ancient history and seen in visions by humans. Some conversations between humans and angels, known as divine intervention, relayed messages of a mission or life direction. Angels do not have physical limitations or restricted by time or space. These benevolent beings are powerful with few weaknesses and not subject to death. Angels have no physical cravings. These beings of light are made of pure spirit and divine light. Now, there's what's called a channeler, is a person who conveys thoughts of energy from a source believed to be outside the person's body or conscious mind, like an interpreter. They allow themselves to sense the nonverbal communications from another being. The communication of angels comes within a higher consciousness. Overall, 81% of people believe in angels. 77% of Americans believe in angels, and I've repeated that over and over. Now, angels have roles as protectors and guides and messengers for humans. Divine radiance is divine light. Divine radiance is divine light. To have divine presence as an unknown and mysterious ability of angels or humans to express themselves, communicating through spiritual means rather than through physical capacities. I'd like to make some suggestions about becoming a individual who has a higher consciousness, a higher vibration, and this can become possible through manifesting, through affirmations, being a source of love. So how do you manifest? Well, I always say, if you write down on a piece of paper a goal that you may have, you write it on a piece of paper and you put it in your sock drawer and you leave it alone and you don't share it with anyone. Hi! Thank you for joining us, Axel Manolia, which I butcher words, but thank you for joining us. You're a follower now. We have followers all on this list right here, as you can see. We had 3 new followers on Monday, and I'm very grateful for that. So manifesting, I began by saying, is to write it down on a piece of paper, put it in your sock drawer, and then the second step would be for you to close your eyes, and I'd like you to visualize whatever it is that you would like to have. And so by visualizing it and giving it energy, if you can attach joy to it, where in other words, if you have nothing blocking you and you're clear, you are able to attain it. So when you visualize whatever it is that you want to manifest, your goal, your dream, you want to see everything possible in your mind that is your dream through all your senses. So you want to hear it, see it, smell it, and whatever it is. And I always use the example of a shiny yellow sports car. And so in my mind, I see this shiny yellow sports car, and it has black interior, and I see myself driving it, and I can smell the brand new leather, and I just see it's yellow vibrant. So that's the second step, is to see it, imagine it, visualize it. And now the third step is to talk about it like you already have it. So I say the yellow, I'm going to end up with a yellow sports car because I've said this so many times. My yellow sports car is in my driveway right now, and I love driving it and having the top down and having the wind blow through my hair, and I'm excited. And it doesn't have much of a back seat, but I like to take it on excursions and trips and visit friends in my yellow sports car. So I've made it like it's already mine, so the universe will bring it to me. So that's how you manifest. Now, second suggestion I would give to have a higher consciousness and a higher vibration, which is feelings and emotions of positive feelings and emotions like joy and love and kindness, and I'm more happy. Those will bring you abundance. So another way of achieving a higher consciousness would have positive affirmations. And you might start your day by saying something really positive, like, today I will enter every situation with love and compassion, and I will not leave this situation worse than when I entered it. I will leave it better. Maybe an affirmation is simply, I will send love to everyone. Maybe an affirmation will be, I love myself, I accept myself. It's entirely up to you what your affirmation is. Now, another way of having a higher vibration would be to be a source of love. So I always say that we have a beautiful glowing light in our hearts, and I'm sending you love. I'm sending you light and love. I spin light. I spin beautiful light. And I spin it first clockwise 3 times, and I put you in the middle of the light. So I'm putting you, and then I spin it 3 times counterclockwise. And I'm sending you light and love. And I am a source of love, and I'd like you to be a source of love. We all have the beautiful glowing light in our hearts that we're born with. And I know through circumstances and life it's covered, but we have it and we can find it within ourselves. Now, after we become very, very clear, where we release all negative emotions, we are able to have compassion for ourselves and for others. We forgive ourselves and others. So I have to admit, I'm human, like we all are, and one of my issues was self-worth. And so self-worth is the internal sense of being good enough and worthy of love and belonging with others. So our self-worth can be beat down, and maybe we never had it to begin with. It's not self-esteem, which relies on external factors such as success and achievements to define worth. What causes low self-worth? And maybe an unhappy childhood. There's parents and significant people who were critical to us, or maybe just an ongoing stressful life situation. So let's do some personal discovery and find out, do you like yourself as is, or is there something that you're missing, an attribute that you would like to achieve? So first off, do you have self-worth? Do you feel that you're worthy? Are you constantly saying, I'm sorry? Do you feel shame that is unnecessary? Do you have shame? Do you have guilt for not doing things, whatever it may be? Let's check and see, do you have low self-worth? And how can we redeem ourselves and feel better and find the love that's in our heart? Are you fulfilled? Are you missing kindness within you? Do you have loneliness? And what are ways? Oh, hi! How tall are you? That's so funny. I'm so sorry. I'm not even looking down at the chat today. Oh, that's funny. How tall am I? Well, I have had so many people they wonder, how tall am I? So let's see if I can write this. I'm actually 5. If you can guess, I'm 5'3". I'm 5'3". Javelin, I'm 5'3". How tall are you? I'm 5'3". How tall are you? People sometimes think I'm a bit taller. I'm not really sure quite why, but so moving on. So do you have loneliness? And let me give you some suggestions. Let's say you are lonely. Let's say, why are you lonely? Because it could be that within yourself, it could be that you are not able to connect to others and you've isolated yourself. It just could be that you don't have enough human contact. And sometimes we experience a feeling of loneliness when we are undergoing some kind of difficult situation or circumstance. There might be a very long challenge that's going on in your life. And I say, when we ask for new opportunities and new situations, sometimes our body has to shut down in a way to get through it until we basically assimilate the new experience, and then we can kind of regain who we are, and maybe we feel lonely during that. If you've had someone that has passed, or you've had some very sad situation, you might have cut other people off for self-preservation. But let's try not to be in a state of loneliness, because life is really short. Let's live right here, right now. So be with me right now. What's going on with you right now in your life? It's Thursday in New York. It's 3:16 in the afternoon. Let's live in this moment. Let's stretch it out. Let's try to find joy and light and love here right now. I'm sending it to you. I'm wishing you well. I'm hoping that all your dreams come true. I want that for you. That's my mission on earth, is to try to help and heal and be an optimistic soul. I said I started this stream and I wasn't quite in a good place. I have to be honest, I wasn't. And why is that? Because I'm trying to start something new in my life, and when you do that, it's like a little bit of a struggle initially, because you're trying to intertwine this new situation in your life. Now, maybe that could be a relationship, it could be career, maybe it's a health issue. Maybe it just could be that there's too much monotony. Everything's just stale. And so it's getting beyond that. And let's spark something good in our lives. Step out into nature, look at a sunrise, or do something new out of your comfort zone. Maybe it's a passion, it's an interest. I say, write down 5 humongous goals. I told you last week that I did that. Actually, I don't even know if it was last week. It might have been Monday. I'm a little lost. And I said, write down 5 humongous goals. And then I did that. And I was really, really surprised at what my first goal was and what my last was. I say, I want, maybe a new relationship or a new career or a new challenge in my life. And then when it comes, I say, oh my gosh, this is so hard. Do I have to do it? But you know what? Just get through it. So I say hour by hour. Take things hour by hour. Right now it's 3:18. So after, let's get through the next hour, and then, everything kind of starts to come together. Do you have hope? And do you have joy in your life? I don't know. If we can achieve joy, which means that we laugh more, We have more hope. We have more belonging. We can be happier. Let's try to achieve joy. So moving on, I wanted to mention to you, are you experiencing pain, anger, sadness, or fear, love, or joy? Now let's make a list of our gifts. What are your gifts that you were given? Are you an excellent, are you an excellent artist? Can you sing? Are you great at sports? Do you have a mind for crossword puzzles? I'd like you to make a list of everything that you're good at. So the first suggestion is 5 humongous goals. And now my second suggestion is to make a list of everything that you're good at. Like, for example, I'm an artist. And I know that I'm good at that. Like, this is a painting that I did. This is actually a watercolor, but I made a print of it. This is a butterfly. And I have art all over my home. And so what are you good at? Like, for example, some of these butterflies that are on the wall I painted. So make a list of your gifts. Take on a new challenge. Okay, I would like to move on now. Hold on a minute. To humanoids, starseeds, aliens. Actually, I didn't cover it. Did I say, did we go on to angels? We did. I didn't say the ranks of angels, though, did I? I gotta mention that. I'm a little all over the place today, as you can see. Just have patience with me. I'm human. Okay, so angel ranks. Now, I've mentioned to you before, I know we're just touching back on angels. So I mentioned to you before that there's 9 ranks of angels. And this is actually right here. This is the closest to us. These are guardian angels. Now, each of us were born with at least 2 guardian angels. I believe that there's tens of millions of angels in the realm, the dimension between heaven and earth. And so these actually is an illustration, right? But the 9 ranks of angels, they're actually described throughout history. They don't look like the angels that we identify as angels. Like, we normally look at we think of an angel, and it's made of light, and it has a halo and wings. But there's 9 ranks of angels. The one closest to God, and then the one farthest is in the realm that we live in, which is guardian angels. So I'm going to just describe some angels and what they actually do look like. So cherubim angel, and this was Julius Bates said in 1773, the cherubim, later shortened to cherub, is the lowest rank among the 4. The Bible describes these beings as animal-human hybrids, tasking with guarding the Garden of Eden against the humankind. In the book of Ezekiel, the prophet's vision depicts them as having 4 faces, that of a lion, an ox, an eagle, and a human. They have straight legs, 4 wings, and bull hooves, and for feet that gleam like polished brass. On the set of wings covers their body, and on the other is used for light. So let's see. That's the cherubim, right? And so I think, I'm not really sure which one that is on here. Let's see what else. If there's another one I wanted to read and tell you. So I'm talking about angels. If anyone wants to know, we're talking about angels, ranks of angels, and what angels look like. Who is out there today. Hi, it's Mary. I'm trying to be upbeat. Let's all be upbeat. It's Thursday and the weekend is coming. Tomorrow's Friday. And I hope that you have something great planned for the weekend, a time to rest. Let's see. Seraphim is the angelic being that surrounds the throne of God singing holy, holy, holy in the unison to God's approach. The prophet describes them as having 6 wings, 2 of which are for flying, while they use the rest to cover their heads and feet. Seraphim are the second highest in rank according to angelic hierarchy. One may trace the historical influences of the seraphim from its name. Seraphim derives from the Hebrew word seraph, which means to burn in English. Digging deeper, the Hebrew word seraph means venomous desert snake. Wow, this isn't so positive, is it? In ancient Egypt, people referred to the cobra as the flaming one. So maybe it's one of these. The seraphim, it might be this one here. Okay, so that's a lot about angels today, and I appreciate you. Oh yeah, here's a photo of all the angels. So here's all the angels, the tens of millions of angels that exist. Okay, so starseeds. We're going to talk about light language and starseeds. Humanoids is a non-human creature or being or robot with human form or characteristics. Humanoid aliens have traits similar to that of human beings, including upright stance, bipedalism, oppositional thumbs, and facial features. So now starseeds, which I've mentioned before, is a person spiritually aware. And now they say that humans are starseeds and that they are basically aliens from the future. Starseeds have a strong connection to the divine creator. They are said to be old souls sent back to earth to transform the world into heaven on earth. They have spiritual gifts such as clairvoyance, clairaudience, or clairsustenance. They're capable of telepathy, and they are able to sense others' emotions and forecast future events. That sounds like basically they're clairvoyant. And they're considered multi-dimensional beings of light. And there's some names of starseeds that I'd like to share with you. And they are Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Orions, Palladians, Alpha Centaurians, Draculians, Reptilians. So here's some lists. I'm going to share a few. Oh, these are Arcturian starseeds right here. And starseeds are said to be basically humanoids that are helping humanity, and you can reach them through a higher consciousness. And I've spoken to some of my guests who have actually had conversations with starseeds. So Arcturian starseeds, I'm going to go on this way and read it this way. So Arcturian starseeds, the second is about mental but non-emotional beings which express the way to learn how to love and experience emotions. Some Orion starseeds have bright colors, sky blue or ice blue eyes. So I'm wondering, is this considered a starseed? I had seen this online and it says that it's a tall white alien. But it does have the bright colors, sky blue eyes. Arcturian starseeds, they have a mission to set up a new society where technology and spirituality meld cohesively. They are not in tune with their emotions, and therefore this is one of their lessons here on Earth. Palladian starseeds, I have some more photos I'll share with you. So Palladian starseeds are also known as Nordic. And the Nordic are known to be 7 to 8 feet tall, Scandinavian looking with long blonde hair and blue eyes and fair skin. So Palladians are empathic, and they take on others' energies and can transmit when they are in alignment. They may struggle with food sensitivity, sensory issues, and anxiety when not in alignment. And I've kind of spent time considering, am I a starseed? I did have a dream, I've mentioned it before, and it was with this being that had an oversized head, blue skin, a long nose, small, and there was more than one in my dream. Draconian starseeds, they may have lizard-like physical characteristics, thin, long faces, thin bodies, lizard-like eyes, and facial features. They find jobs in politics, community leaders, and military, architecture, and construction. It sounds like actually, Draconian sounds like reptilian. The salt of the earth are Syrian starseeds, the type of people. They're spiritual individuals that also embrace the ways of the earth. Lyrian starseeds, they enjoy social environments but prefer to observe rather than be the life of the party. They love to travel and explore and have cat-like curiosity. So why am I explaining this to you? Because as I've moved forward in what I'm doing, which basically I started here, this is number 31 episode, and I've been streaming basically 2 times a week, and I've been doing it since a few episodes before Mother's Day, which was in May. So my point is that I've basically taken this, and we started out and we talked about myths and legends, which I still do. Aliens, UAPs, UFOs, Bigfoot. And as I've moved forward and I've spoken about divine energies and light, and myself being a light worker because I'm an intuitive and I've worked with clients and I'm a healer, and that's really what is driving me, because I want to help and heal. I've stumbled upon starseeds, and I'd heard about that terminology actually for the last couple of years, because one of my friends is a healer and he spoke about Arcturian and Andromedan and Palladian, and I didn't have any idea what he was referring to. And so I learned about what starseeds are, and I learned that they are these beings that I believe are matter. It's not like it's this astral transcendence. I don't think it's just in your mind. I think what I've understood it to be is that they actually exist. Like we can touch them. Like I touched this piece of paper. And so I was really fascinated with it. And then I learned about what's called light codes. And I'll explain to you what light codes are, because I've learned about light language as well. And I feel like it's towards my ascension to a higher realm, to a higher state of consciousness. And I'm sharing this with you because I feel that it brings into your life abundance and prosperity, and it will help you. So if you're interested in hearing about this, that's what I'm moving on to. Now this is actually a picture that has some different looking aliens or starseeds. I believe this is Andromedan. This is a gray alien, which is not considered a starseed. It's considered an alien, which is the type of alien that you're probably most familiar with. It was the aliens that they spoke of at Area 51 and the crash at Roswell, and what's been portrayed in films This, I'm not really sure what this is. This looks like kind of a combination. Sometimes aliens come through as looking like an animal. This might be considered a tall white. This looks like a Nordic alien. This is the ancient aliens. I know this Anunnaki. This is also a tall white. Let's see, some starseed. We'll move on from that right now, which is the traits of starseeds. So light codes. Let me show you that. Light codes. And how do you activate your light codes? I've referred to this. Here's some symbols of light codes. And this is obviously allegedly. I'm not really sure. This is just information that I've compiled. And it seems to be like a whole niche society growing about starseeds and light language. If you go online, I've shared with you before, you can put into your YouTube search engine and ask about light language, and you will find I think I've primarily seen women singing, or they're speaking in this language. So light codes are an energy pattern that's specific energetic frequencies encoded with information from higher dimensional sources. Every being is encoded at birth with a specific set of light codes, which function as their personal frequency or cosmic fingerprint. These codes are written in DNA and contain the blueprint of their soul and ancient teaching knowledge. So great that is beyond our spoken language and comprehension. It's like all of this is, can we wrap our brains around it? You know, I've been paying attention to the UFOs, and they just disappear, and they don't know, they disappear into the water, into the sky, the sea, and it's almost like it has to be gauged in blocks of time, because it's too much for us to wrap our brains around. If they exist, do aliens exist? And if they do exist, can we handle their electromagnetic field? I don't know. And it's like we're attempting to handle all this computer electromagnetic waves and our phones, and is this okay for our human systems? I don't know. Would we be able to handle being around an alien being? Would our bodies, just like angels or another energy from another realm, is it too much? Does it shock our system? Can we handle it? So light codes, they are usually dormant in our DNA until we are able to tap into their energetic frequency and awaken the knowledge within ourselves. And I've mentioned there's certain words that I've fallen upon. So mer, M-E-E-R, is a word in light language, and it means spinning field of light. So mer, does that resonate with you? Do you have a response to that? The word mer, M-E-R, mer. Ka it means spiritual essence. Does that resonate with you? Ka. Do you feel that? Is that doing something to your system? Mer, ka, and ba, B-A-H, means physical aspect of body. Ba. So light language is a form of communication from a higher dimensional realm. Light language connects with the soul rather than the logical mind. It distributes energy to convey messages and interprets by the heart, soul, rather than the programmed mind. So there's light language and light codes. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to be familiar with these certain terms. Now, light codes you may receive through, it might be something that you feel within your body as soon as you awaken. And when I say awaken, what does that mean? It mean, and they use this terminology now, woke. Are you awakened? Now, woke is like being used in terms of like politics and in terms of being aware basically of history and people's basically their gender or the way they feel. And I'm hoping that it's basically a way of helping people to understand more compassion. But in terms of this, it's basically to be awakened means that you're aware more. So I'm saying to you that we're all part of a whole. And what I mean by that is, I say that in the introduction, and what I mean by that is basically that I say, I want you to be okay because when you're okay, I'm okay. And I'm awakened to that. And I'm trying to suggest that you become aware that whatever you do karmically, it's your thoughts, words, and actions karmically will affect you. So I say to have compassion and kindness to others because basically karma is a cycle of cause and effect. So when you do something to someone, whether it's virtuous or non-virtuous, it's going to come back to you. Like I repeat over and over, good things happen to good people. So when good people do good things happen to them. And this is becoming, if you become awakened, you'll realize there's a higher consciousness and a higher vibration. And like attracts like. So when you have a higher consciousness and a higher vibration where you're living up here, like you're like, oh, everything's good. And I know it's not always good, but in a higher place, and I mean like positive emotions, like love and forgiveness. You will attract that into your life. You'll attract abundance and prosperity. And this comes through light codes, light language, all of this, where we are more aware of what we're putting out there. So I say we're all connected, like I'm connected to every flower, every tree, just like you are. So when we hurt trees or flowers or wildlife or people, we're really hurting ourselves because it comes back to us. And when we're born, we might have some karmic debt. Either we're born with, and we might actually accumulate a karmic debt during our life if we do naughty things. So I'm saying to be kind and loving to others. That's my message. So I say I'm an intuitive, and maybe you're an intuitive, or maybe you have a high, strong sensitivity. Maybe you're empathic. There's not all good in that because you're we become very sensitive. But maybe you think you are. So let me share with you some signs if you're intuitive. If you're intuitive, and you can become intuitive, you can work on this and you basically become more sensitive to your gut. So you might be much more aware of your gut. In other words, you're in a situation and you go, oh my God, I shouldn't do this. And you know right away. And if you trust your intuition, then your intuition will become stronger and stronger because you're actually honing it. So if you pick up on other people's emotions, maybe you're considered intuitive. If you have very vivid dreams, if you're just very discerning. Maybe thoughts just drop into your mind out of nowhere. And maybe you get messages all around. Maybe, you're walking down the street and you're thinking something and someone answers your question because you're very clear, stranger. That's happened to me. And maybe psychics hunt you down and try to find you because they know that you have something in common. Like, it's funny, I'm online and I have my own Facebook page. I have a professional Facebook page, which is for this, Mary Amy Official, and I also have a personal page. And it's funny how other people don't know what I do on my personal page, but then they friend me. Or same with me, I friend them. And it's because I'm drawn to them and they're drawn to me. Okay, so I'd like to move on and do a visualization. Oops, I knocked the table. So let's do a visualization. And when we do a visualization, we create vivid mental images in our mind's eye, bringing positive emotions such as joy, happiness, and hope. Blessings. Our intention today is to visualize yourself into a better mental state. This is valuable if you're feeling unsettled or stressed. Your nature visualization begins now. Now let's find a quiet space, sit or lay down comfortably, and we're going to release any thoughts or emotions that we have before this moment. And we're going to inhale and exhale together 3 times. So let's do that together. And we're going to release any stress from the top of our head, our crown chakra, to the tip of our toes. So let's do this together 3 times. Our eyes are closed. We're relaxing our body. So let's focus on our breath and releasing our breath. Okay, let's inhale again and exhale. Now one more time, we're inhaling and we're exhaling any tension. Now I'd like you to imagine a beautiful nature scene. It's your personal, beautiful nature scene. Now, as you visualize this glorious nature scene, maybe it's a beach, maybe it's a waterfall. It's entirely up to you. Maybe it's a field of flowers. This is a suggestion. Maybe it's a forest or mountains, whatever it is that you decide. It's going to be your nature scene. It's vibrant, visual location that brings you joy. So this nature scene brings you joy. Now let's find and see as many details with all your senses. What does it smell like? What does it sound like? What do you feel? And what do you see? What beauty do you see in this nature scene? Now I'd like you to experience sun beaming down on you as you explore this beautiful nature scene. Now let's remain in this moment. And you are letting go of the past, any anger, sadness, or fear, any stress. And you're looking towards your future. And you're seeing this beautiful nature scene. Whatever colors you imagine. Is there reds? Are there yellows? Are there blues? Are there greens? Now feel a breeze blowing against your cheek, and the sun beaming down on you, the warmth of the sun, and you feel clear, and you have joy in your heart because this is beautiful. And you feel free. Now this is your sacred nature space for you. Now you begin to feel better emotionally and physically. And you're going to breathe out any stress. If you need to say anything, you're going to say it, whatever's bothering you. But you're going to breathe in joy and new beginnings. Now we're going to stay in this moment and we're going to remember this. So when we have a difficult situation that we're in, we're going to imagine this nature scene, this beautiful nature scene, whatever it is that you want, with all its vibrancy and the colors and your senses and what it smells like. And you're going to go to this nature scene and you're going to change whatever's going on in the moment that's bothering you. And this will bring joy to your heart immediately, instantly. So you're going to stay in that moment. Okay, I'd like you to remember this. And I will count backwards to 3 and you will open your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Thank you for joining us. Now I suggest you practice this from time to time to remember this nature scene. It's one of my mental exercises that I've created that I've actually used on my own. I've done this, and when I've been in situations that are upsetting, whether it's something that's bothering me in my life or I'm with another person, I basically think of the nature scene, which for me it was, I've had it be a field of yellow flowers. I've had it be a beach scene. And when I've done that, it immediately brings joy and it shifts the energy in the situation, and the person that I'm with is baffled by what's happened. I'm not explaining it, I just think of it and it changes the energy because I'm immediately bringing joy. So if I'm in a place of being unsettled, this has helped me. Now next time you feel sad, upset, stressed in private or public, immediately visualize in your mind your nature scene, which brings you joy. One thought can change everything, and I experienced a difficult time in my life and I visualized my nature scene and it changed my vibration and the energy in the room or the situation. So that's my suggestion. I want to mention to you about sacred knowledge before we go today. I also wanted to touch on aliens. But I wanted to just mention quickly sacred knowledge before we talk about aliens. We've contacted aliens. Sacred knowledge. So I always speak in the beginning of this stream about sacred knowledge, and that's something that I've designed myself to bring and identify what exactly can cause change in your life and bring abundance and serenity. So I say sacred knowledge, and I suggest these important guidances for you to become more aware of your surroundings. No longer walk through life distracted, sad, depressed, lonely, or forever with bad karma and bad luck. Now, I've said in the past 66 days to inner peace and personal serenity, and I think we've surpassed that because we did May, so it was June, July, and now we're in August, so we hit 66 days. This might even be number 66 days. And I've said this to remove darkness and hatred and evil, and let's replace it with goodness, prosperity, and hope. This effort is based on my theory to have a negative-free life, if possible, through subtle mind shifts. So light. Let me see if I can show you a picture of light so that you know what I'm talking about. So light. I say light. Light is the most universal and fundamental symbol. Illumination is a source. Ask for light to surround you. So I say ask for angels. Well, you can also ask for light and say, light, surround me. I imagine light, white light around me. When I go out into a crowd, if I'm uncomfortable, I say, light, surround me. So divine intervention occurs when we ask for light. It will protect you and guide you, thoughts, words, and actions in collaboration while you feel joy. By choosing to fill your internal being with illumination, goodness will be revealed inside your heart and mind. So let's look inward. I'll have some water and then I'll feel better. Let's look inward to find your light and remove negative emotions. So my first step to sacred knowledge is light. Release negative emotions aloud. Maybe you want to journal. Consciously merge in the concept of light for 66 days, which will create momentum. Transform to a gentler, kinder soul, and eventually help others to light. The universe listens if you ask for personal transformation. Hi everybody out there, it's nice to see you. Okay, moving on, I want to mention aliens. Now before I do that, I said to you a few minutes ago, where's my phone? Now, here's my phone, right? Now I say that, maybe not have your phone in your room when you sleep because there is some kind of electromagnetic wave or field, so like I always say I take my phone and I probably use it way too much next to my ear. I say use headphones, but I say I'm giving this suggestion because I am sensitive, and for those of you who are very sensitive, I would suggest turn off your computer at night. I would say don't put either your phone or your computer in your room while you're sleeping. Give your body a break. Sometimes we get so used to it that we don't realize that it's actually kind of causing some kind of shakeup in our system. So I say to put away your phone at night. Electromagnetic fields are a combination of invisible electric and magnetic fields of force. They are generated by natural phenomena like the Earth's magnetic field, but also by human activities, mainly through the use of electricity. Mobile phones, power lines, computer screens are examples of equipment that generates electromagnetic fields. Now, before I lived here, I lived actually I live very within, so far within from a main road. So I don't have like a telephone pole next to my house, but I did in the last place that I was living. And I felt like a raw nerve because it seemed like all of the telephone lines connected in front of my house. And I'm suggesting, if you can, to stay away from anything that might upset your system. Most man-made electromagnetic fields reverse their direction at regular intervals of time, ranging from high radio frequencies, mobile phones, through intermediate frequencies, computer screens, like what I'm looking at right now, to extremely low frequencies, power lines. The term static refers to fields that do not vary within time. Static magnetic fields are used in medical imaging and generated by appliances using direct current. The reason I'm mentioning this to you is because of my concern. And we don't really know the ramifications or later on what all of these electromagnetic fields how they will affect our systems. So now I'd like to start talking about aliens and alien contact. Now here is, I've showed you this before, these are large radio telescopes, and they were sent radio signals out, and they were sent out to try to get alien communication. Have we already had alien communication? So a telescope detects hundreds of mysterious radio bursts from faraway galaxies. However, some scientists believe extraterrestrial contact could benefit humanity through the use of alien tech, which in turn could improve the planet's sustainability and help cure diseases. I have a guy here, I'm going to read you. He claims that he has already had alien contact. So he claims that aliens sent him messages. First, after a first UFO sighting, man claims extraterrestrials haunt and chase him. August 18, 2009. So Stan Romanek says he encountered the first UFO on the outskirts of Denver. He claims that one night aliens came knocking at his door at 2:30 in the morning and woke him up. 3 creatures, beings. Three creatures, let me find where I was at. 3 creatures, beings came to the door. He says, I honestly thought it was somebody in a mask. I thought they were going to rob us. As I got closer, I started wondering if they were masks because I could see veins in their head. I could see their facial movements. I could see their mouth move. I could see their eyes blink. And as I got really close is when I realized that there's something different and I started to get frightened. So alien contact, the impact of extraterrestrial contact depends fully on the message and humanity's response. Hypothetically, contact could avoid alien encounters and communications. Now, a June 2019 poll found 49% of Americans believing that there are people somewhat like ourselves living on other planets. Now, a larger percentage, 75%, said life of some form exists elsewhere in the universe. Now, a 2019 poll, Insider Poll 1, said that 1 out of 5 Americans believe that aliens visited Earth. And a 2012 National Geographic poll said 36% of Americans, about 80 million people, believe UFOs exist, and a tenth believe they've spotted one. Alien contacts. There's been alien contacts, a radio signal displayed with numeric patterns, spacecraft encounters, or telepathic messages. The impact of extraterrestrial contact depends fully on the message of our response. Hypothetically, contact could affect human civilizations based on alien technology and advancement. And yes, of course, we have said that there has been reverse technology at Area 51. Okay, so he then went on to say, images of these he said that being communicated with him telepathically and filling his mind with unexplained images. Now, I've heard from other light workers and guests that I've had on, they have stated that they have been telepathically communicated with by aliens. I don't know if that's happened to you. Is it possible? I guess anything's possible. Well, it's been a wonderful stream today. I appreciate everyone joining. I do want to say I hope that everyone gets out and spends at least 5 to 15 minutes every day in nature. And let's record our sleeping dreams. Our dreams, I have a dream journal that I wrote. You can get it online. I'll show you both of my books that I've written so that you can actually... So here's my dream journal. It's called My Dream Journal, a personal diary of messages, signs, and symbols to guide me. And what is it? It's basically an introduction, and it talks about dreams, and then there's room for 100 entries of your dreams. And so I say dreams are an expression of our subconscious thoughts, seen visible in our mind's eye as circumstances, images, and symbols. A dream is a collection of thoughts remembered upon waking from sleep. A dream is your inner spirit identifying awareness to a subject, person, location, and or a memory or future event. Sometimes we have premonition dreams. Our dreams matter, giving us awareness during waking life. A warning or premonition dream may assist you in the future. Maybe you wake up and you see details, they're written down, something, and you write it down as soon as you wake up. Maybe there's something in your dreams with dates or times or an address or a symbol of something. Write it down. Nothing is random. Pay attention to dates, details, and advice. Our dreams guide us in directions we should move towards. Release dreams happen if you aren't capable of letting go of an issue or personal situation while you're awake. Sometimes we go through what we can't go through while we're awake, and this helps us be in harmony and balance and release something that's bothering us. Moments later, dreams may be forgotten, so write them down. Patterns may emerge. For years I was always running, so I had fears in my dreams that were apparent. I had this terrible fear, and I was always being chased. And so one day I said, tomorrow I'm not going to run away. Or tonight when I sleep, I'm not going to run away. And I'm going to stand still. And the next morning I woke up and I had a dream of what I was running from. And so I'm suggesting that you address whatever fears that you have while you're awake, because if you don't, they will be apparent while you're sleeping. Oh, I also wanted to mention online you can find my book, The White Light Prophecies. It has 7 prophecies to inner peace. And I start by speaking about creating a white light energy field. So a white light energy field will protect you, and it will help you to become more clear, to clear everything away that's bothering you in your energy field, and it will help you to actually find out what issues you have. So by visualizing a white light energy field, you are going to clear away negativity and darkness. So the first step is to imagine light, like the beautiful glowing light that's coming from the sun. If you look up at the sun, that light, imagine that light completely surrounding you, in front of you, next to you, and behind you, as far as you can see. And that's going to be the first step. So I'm going to share that with you. And next week on Monday, I will be streaming again, and hopefully I'm going to be streaming late that day because I have a personal responsibility that I have to take care of. But I will be streaming on Monday. Now, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. You can find me on MaryAmyOfficial.com. I have Mary Amy Official Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The stream will be up for 2 weeks, and then you can find it on my YouTube page or on my blog on Mary Amy Official. In honor of my Scottish grandmother, Lucille, lang may your lum reek, which means good luck and good fortune in the future. And I'm sending you blessings and hope. I hope you have a wonderful day. I appreciate you for joining me today. I have gratitude for you because this helped me. And I hope this helped you. And I say, if you put pieces of light together, you'll create a stream of light. And you will become awakened, and it will give you a higher consciousness and a higher vibration, and it will bring abundance, love, and hope into your life. So be well, and thank you. Bye.